Hello.
My name is Seb Philpott.
And my name is Verity Simmons. And this is 3 in a Bar.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us today. And if you've never listened to this podcast before, let me tell you what it is.
Oh, do.
It is a podcast where we chat to a different musician every week.
That's right.
And it could be someone who is a pop star. It could be someone who is a tour manager. It could be
a euphonium player.
Yeah. A musical director.
Mm-hmm.
A fixer.
That's right.
We talked to one of those.
We've spoken to a music journalist. Oh, look, we're just going over our CV now, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's painful.
Well, this week, we feel like it's almost like back to our roots.
Yeah, it's
in a way,
great.
Because it's an orchestral musician.
Yeah.
We haven't done one of those for a while, have we?
No, wasn't it lovely?
Yeah, it was really nice to be back in that world.
Yeah.
Of the orchestral scene. Do you want to tell us who it is, Verity?
Yes, I do. This week we are chatting to Amy Thomas, who is a viola player. Yeah, wahey, indeed. She has been in the CBSO since 2009. And in fact, I met Amy just before that, maybe a year before that, when she was in South Bank Sinfonia.
What's South Bank Sinfonia?
Oh, it's funny you should ask. South Bank Sinfonia. It's an orchestra that's set up kind of like a bridging scheme between musicians being at college and it going into the profession. So it is a professional orchestra, but for young people, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. I did a year with them and it's an amazing scheme. Just sets you up for the profession.
It's like a 1-year contract, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
And then next year you'll get kicked out and then another lot.
Yeah, totally ungraciously just kicked out to the curb and they get a whole bunch of new ones in.
It seems like a lot of fun. I never did it myself.
Yeah, so much fun. Great tours, brilliant time.
Yeah.
I actually met Rob in South Bank, so it's great.
Actually, we've had a few other people that have been in South Bank. Johnny Abraham did South Bank.
That's right, yeah. Aaron Menon was in my year, Dr. Arun Menon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Congrats on getting the pronunciation right the second time.
Oh, God, I thought I have to this time. Shameful.
Anyway, we don't just talk about South Bank Sinfonia.
No, we don't.
We also talk about trialling for orchestras.
Yeah.
And Amy has been, obviously, as a member, has been on both sides of that, being a trialee and a trialer. I guess
that's right. It's lovely.
But she started presenting on their social channels for the CBSO.
Yeah.
So she talks all about that, and she hadn't really done it before, but she's very natural at it. And,
she's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in the lockdown, Amy brought out some duet videos with her husband, trumpeter Alan Thomas, and they're very, very good and very inventive, all done at home, because no one could go anywhere, of course, but excellent fancy dress and production values.
Absolutely.
So we talk about that, but there's also links in the show notes to, if you want to find it, get a little quick refresher course of what we're talking about before we get to the interview. Well, should we get straight into it?
Let's do that.
All right. Okay. Listener, come with us now. This is Amy Thomas.
Hey, thanks so much for chatting to us today.
Not a problem.
It's really nice to see you. It must have been about 5 million years since I've actually seen you in the flesh.
I think it probably is about that. I mean, was it South Bank Sinfonia time?
I reckon it was. So
wow.
When were you in South Bank?
Oh, very recently. About 3 years ago.
Maybe 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. They called it SBS 5. Don't know when that was.
Well, you know what? I realised this recently. It's very ageing. If they call it still a number, if you're one in that category, it means that we're in the olden days, because I was SBS 2 and essentially that is classified as the Baroque era. I
mean, that's pretty antique, isn't it?
It really
I thought I was bad. You make me feel better.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So did you ever do any South Bank?
No, I didn't, but I had lots of friends who did, and I used to hang around one incarnation of SBS, stay out late in the Archduke and the Hole in the Wall and the various other places and try and get off with people.
Oh, standard, yeah. I mean, we didn't do, our year was very sensible.
Oh, yeah, notoriously. Yeah. I remember coming away to Wales with your year. I won't say too much more than that.
Let's leave it there, shall we? It all sort of changed a bit somehow after our year. It all got a bit, I don't know. the next year we came back and we were like, woohoo! And they were all very serious. So I was like, oh.
Well, I remember hearing that. See, this is it. This is the myth on the street with South Bank. I remember them saying to us the year after us, oh, they went for a sensible year because you lot were just a nightmare. I mean, like our French tour is really renowned for dreadful behaviour, so much so we were staying at Jonathan Sumption's place, who's in the news at the moment, actually, in France. They put on this little festival at his place the locals called Pinochet Gates, because he bought it with the money he got from the Pinochet trial. Wow. Him and his wife moved out during the time we were there. I think they were expecting this very low-key, polite classical orchestra, and what they got was quite different.
Yes, it's we had a bit of that going. Did you ever do Anghiari as well? Yeah, that was a good fun. In fact, I had to do my concerto in Anghiari.
Oh, that's cool.
My concerto. So that was, the classic. Yeah, a bit tired, just, scraping away on my viola. That was, probably wasn't my finest moment, but it was good fun. No more concertos since then.
Oh. No. Apart from auditions, though.
Oh, yeah.
How much longer after finishing South Bank did you go up to CBSO? When was your audition, in fact?
That was probably 2008.
Right.
So the year after, maybe. Or It was a sort of that... I can't. I'm so bad at dates. I was actually going to do some revision on my life because I've literally no idea when anything happened or who I am anymore. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what is this? So I think it was pretty much soon. I did a bit of freelancing in London and did some pretty dreadful auditions. Very innocent sort of turn up. Yeah, sure, it'll be fine. Not fine. Haven't been back to those orchestras since. So then that was CBSO, and I was like, yes, take me, please.
Was it a long trialling process there?
It was a bit of a strange one, actually, at the time, because I did an audition, got trial, did one patch, and I didn't hear from them for a long time. And so I was like, okay, fine, don't worry about it, And I got a call saying about maybe 4 months later saying, yeah, so you're down to the final 2. And I was like, oh, totally thought I'd been rubbed. Great. Okay. Can you come in? Okay, fine. And then did a couple more weeks. And that was that, really. I think we're quite decisive in our section sometimes. But again, that was a long time ago now.
So do you understand that being on the other side of it now, when you have new people coming in? It must be really, really hard, is it, to trial people?
Yeah, it's really weird because I've sat on a few audition panels now and I just feel like a bit of a... I always have that sort of, what's it called?
Imposter
when you
syndrome?
Yes, that's the one. And you just think, well, why am I judging you? This is really weird. And it's always that thing, isn't it, where you think you're going to get found out. And I've just about got over it, sort of. But that's probably because I haven't played the viola for a while. I'm just sitting around in my pyjamas all day. It's kind of, I could do this.
Yeah, it's been a great leveler, hasn't it? Because we're all on that level.
Yeah. I know. I've actually put clothes on today as well. So you're really lucky.
Thank you for that.
Yes. I do wear clothes, I mean, as opposed to like loungewear, tracksuits.
Very good. So when you get people in trialling, do you think that what are the sort of things that you look out for?
That's a really interesting question. What do I look out for? I just like to sit next to someone who is contributing in a really positive way, but also is really comfortable to sit next to. I like sitting next to people who I feel are my friends, and just someone who plays, someone who's natural, someone who's not pretentious. And you get these people who come in and they're all like, you can't. So it's a really bad thing to do on radio, isn't it? But
Amy's doing a lovely face to go with that, actually.
It's a classic pretentious face she's doing.
Yeah. Like the old scroll sniffer. I don't know what the
scroll sniffer. Is that a string term? Is it?
That's a cello.
Cello.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
They're like proper. You know.
Yeah.
You both went to the left there as well. It's interesting. I guess that is where it goes, isn't it?
That's where your scroll is.
Why did you make me worry that you made me think I'd forgotten how to hold a cello? For a second, I really panicked. I thought, oh my God, I literally don't know how to hold it. Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Clicking back into cello position.
Yeah, exactly. Creak. Do you think you often suss it out quite quickly if you've got people there? Do you, like, within the first couple of times they've been in, do you think you've kind of worked out whether they're right?
I mean, yeah, it's always different, isn't it? And a lot of the time you think it's really easy to tell, and then something might happen and you think, actually, that's not going to work. Or, you might be really judgmental. Obviously, I'm not very judgmental at all. But, we all have the possibility to be like, oh, he looks a bit annoying or whatever. And then a year later, they're your best friends. So I think you just have to try and be as less judgmental, at least. I haven't had a conversation with an adult for a while, by the way, so I'm really sorry I can't talk. So just we'll try and be non-judgmental. And the thing is, I think when you're training people, you really want people to do well, so you want them to have a good time and you want them to fit in. But I remember being on trial and you feel totally not yourself the whole time. And I feel like I spent my whole trial basically pretending not to be me in case they didn't like me. And then when I got the job, I was like, and they're like, oh no. They go, I thought you were really quiet. It's like, yes, I was acting. I fooled you. When I was the student, the LSO string scheme, when I was a student, and I literally spent every break time hiding in the toilets because I was too scared to talk to anyone. So I know, it's pathetic, isn't it?
Do you feel like the same person now? Do you think, would you do that? Do you find yourself in a similar situation ever?
I'm really tempted to do that now, yes. But I generally do try and talk to people. But to be honest, I mean, I'm quite institutionalised now. I haven't been into another orchestra for a long time. So I actually can't imagine what that's like now. I've just it's very, very comfortable. It's like putting on a comfortable pair of shoes, isn't it? And put your dressing gown on. And so, yeah, I probably would, to be honest. No, I wouldn't. No, I'm definitely, I've learned to not hide in toilets.
Yeah.
With the presenting work you're doing for CBSO, which is fantastic, by the way, I've just been scrolling through reams of it this week and it's just brilliant. Was this something you started at the beginning of lockdown, or had you been doing it for a while with them?
No, I mean, it was very much a sort of frustration of wanting to do something to connect with audiences. And I feel very much that the classical music world can be quite, I wouldn't even say it's not snooty, but it's got a certain disconnect from so many audiences. And obviously with the orchestra being furloughed, we were very limited. We're really lucky. We're in such a lucky position. But it was that thing where you can't reach anyone because you're furloughed, so you can't do anything. And then after the summer of lockdown, and when it all started to, ease off a bit, we had the centenary concert for the CBSO 100-year birthday. And I was just like, right, we need to do something different on social media. And it sort of it just sort of happened. Like Jess and I were like, we'll do a social media takeover. And then at the last minute, I was like, well, how about we just ask everybody as many questions as we can in 60 seconds without saying which I'm really bad at. And also Stephen Maddock, who's our chief exec, we always take the mickey out of him a bit for saying and he knows we do that. But so I sort of invented this competition. So it was 60 seconds, answer as many questions as you can about yourself without saying for every you get a point taken off. So he was one of my victims, and he was really annoying because he did all questions and he didn't say once, and I was like, you've ruined my whole plan. And then I was doing it with Jess Tickle, who is one of my friends and fellow viola players, and she was like, I don't want to ask the questions, will you ask the questions? So I was like, okay. So we had this, I had my phone, and we had a little comedy tripod, set that all up and just asked everyone who was around, basically. So we had Adrian Lester and Sir Simon.
Yes, I saw that one.
Yeah, Adrian was pretty cool.
Was he lovely?
Oh, yeah. I was definitely on like full blabber mode. He's like so super full of energy as well. That's infectious.
And I saw you asking Simon Rattle to make a noise like an elephant, which is great. Did you ever think that was something that would feature in your career?
Not particularly. That wasn't on my list of achievements. It was only what colour was his toothbrush? That was the question.
Oh, yes. What did you say again? It was horrible,
He's like,
wasn't it?
Brown with stains.
Oh.
I was like, I didn't know how to react to that. Next question. I mean,
that's all everyone will can't ever think about now when he's in with you. Oh my God.
It stuck with me.
Was that the sort of first time you'd done any sort of presenting to camera or that kind of thing?
Yeah, literally just go. But it was good fun.
In South Bank Sinfonia, they sort of encourage you to talk to the audiences and kind of present yourself, right?
Yeah, no, didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't do that?
Weirdly, and you probably can't really, people always think this is strange, but I've always sort of shied away from that. And, you know, the thought of talking in a quartet concert, I was always like, no, not going to do that. But over the years, I think I've just sort of got over myself a bit. Also, the thing is about the ones that we do is it's just my phone. So as soon as you've got someone's like a cameraman standing there, I'm like, oh, hello. Yeah. So in a way, it's a bit easier because there's no one watching you. It's just, although obviously they are when you put things out. But
so for those behind the scenes footage ones that you're doing, and also for the composer of the week, isn't it? I think those questions. Again, is that with the iPhone, or are you doing? Yeah. They look really professional, though. I mean, especially those. Well done. The behind the scenes one. It looks like you've got some sort of fancy camera scenario. No,
I'm literally backstage, just like walking around like this.
Yeah.
For anyone who can't see, I'm just holding my phone up to the computer.
With a credit card. I was trying to read the numbers, but I wasn't quick enough.
Yeah.
792.
Yeah, this is,
Get it down so quick.
I got it.
Yeah, this is my wallet these days. Shows how much I go out. It's my handbag, in fact.
But do you feel like you've got a real taste for it now? Because you seem very natural in front of the camera. Do you think this is something you'd like to explore more when you're back up and running with the orchestra properly?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice challenge, isn't it? It's something different and it is really good fun. And I like the editing side of it as well, because obviously I can try and edit myself to not look totally stupid.
Oh yeah, we're very good at that ourselves as well.
Or conversely, stupid, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the bit I like. So I'm just like, that's definitely the secret. They're all those 2-minute videos actually take me 20 minutes. I'm just cutting them down nicely. Just every word is nicely cut and pasted.
The CBSO have been brilliant, it seems, at really adapting during this time, though, because there's so much digital output. Like the concerts, all the centenary concerts. I saw some chamber music ones. I mean, that's excellent because it must be really hard. Yeah. And would you say that they've been proactive and you felt, there's been some continuity? Yeah,
I mean, I think we've sort of formed a digital team because there's a few of us that just feel really strongly that we can't just carry on, whatever happens, pandemic or no pandemic. Classical music and orchestras are in a completely different age, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think the thing I hate about it most is that people just see these stuffy little people sitting on a stage, and I look around the orchestra and I see all these fantastically vibrant characters. Every single person I interview in the orchestra is different. They all give something completely different. They all have different quirks and personalities and hobbies. Yeah. And, some of them you think you're not quite sure how they're going to come across, and they're just, really beautiful things. So we sort of came together as a team, and we sort of teamed up with marketing, and we just want to show that symphony orchestras are for everybody. It sounds really corny, doesn't it? But, we are for the masses. And that's what we're sort of hoping to do with all these digital projects and beyond as well. Hopefully, when things are back to normal, we want to become much more diverse. And that's what we're sort of hoping to do with all these digital projects and beyond as well. Hopefully, when things are back to normal, we want to become much more diverse and just be accessible and be something fun that people relate to rather than something that people don't do because it's snobby or...
Yeah. That's so good.
There's so much you could do when you start looking at it and look at all the content that's out there on YouTube. And that's where people are sort of consuming a lot of their media, especially when they can't see live stuff. But people aren't just watching on telly. And you don't really see orchestras on telly ever anyway, do you?
No.
So I think it is like trying to harness it and put it into that like YouTube space, because I think that's where people might watch it.
Well, that's the thing, it's trying to put ourselves in the young people's shoes, isn't it?
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
Because they, my stepkids watch everything on YouTube, whereas I sort of hadn't really thought about YouTube so much, because we're sort of a Facebook generation, Twitter, and I only really got to grips with Instagram, embarrassingly, fairly recently. So I was like, I don't get it. What is this hashtag and post and story and whatever? So I'm still practicing, bit of a novice. But yeah, YouTube is, if you can get something good going on YouTube, then you're sorted, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been really derogatory about YouTube because I see the things that the boys watch on there and just think, this is such crap. But you're absolutely right. It's just because I am now the old person that I used to see, my parents and when they used to complain about what I watched, they've just moved on.
Yeah.
But it is unbelievable, some of the things they see. They're not so much into unboxing, but they like watching other people play computer games.
Oh, it's exactly what I was going to say.
Do you have that?
Oh, yeah. What's that guy? Dan TDM.
Exactly. That's exactly what we say.
All the old people say, Dan TDM. And every time they go, oh, it's not funny. It's like, well, it is funny, though, TDM.
It actually is, yeah.
But and then they go and play their games and then sort of commentate on their own games as if they're
in the same patter. It's so bizarre, isn't it?
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Have you seen the one called Stampy Cat? Oh God, you've got to watch this guy. He's got a laugh like Jimmy Carr, but more annoying possibly. And his friend sometimes comes into it as a girl, and if I hear her voice, it just makes me want to put my fingers down a blackboard or something.
I'm doing my own Jimmy Carr there now. Okay, Stampy Cat, that's on the list.
You've got to go and watch it, both of you. Stampy Cat. Okay. He plays Minecraft, and it is so messed up. That's one for you.
I don't actually mind Minecraft. I think that's quite... You got to build a little house and stuff.
It is. It's just when it's aided by the dulcet tones of Stampy flipping Cat. Yeah.
But Stampy Cat, is he called Stampy Cat, Mr. Stampy Cat?
I don't know what he's called in real life. I like to think that he's got a really dull name.
Yeah, like... I can't think of...
I'm really worried about offending somebody.
Yeah, I can't say any names because there will be someone listening.
But he must be doing something that if he's got all these, I presume, thousands of subscribers, he must...
Absolutely. I mean, he's super famous,
he's probably got like a million subscriubers?
I reckon, yeah. He's got an annual even.
So
Stampy Cat 2020.
An
So what's going to be the alternative? What can I do to make myself the Stampy Cat of the classical music world?
Do it. Just talk over a symphony orchestra concert. Put on a CBSO concert and then just
violin.
Nailed it.
That's it. 1 million viewers. Boom.
I think a lot of it is just flooding it with stuff, like putting stuff out all the time. I bet Stampy Cat is doing a video at least every week. Probably.
Yeah, he's just having his pilchards and then he's popping another one out. Yeah, exactly.
Pilchards good for the brain, yeah.
Is that because he's like a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because
I'm not making some in-joke.
I thought, is he like an really old man?
I was thinking he was having a bit of omega-3 to like make sure his video's really snappy.
Yeah. He's going to look good.
He's taken his 7 C's and he's feeling good.
Yeah. So his Werther's in his pocket. He's good to go.
I've seen so much stuff on YouTube actually recently. I've been learning about how to sort of run a YouTube channel and put stuff out. And because I just see it as it's going to be sort of part of our life, isn't it? If we need to sort of be a bit more diverse with our output. It's not, you can't rely on live music. So I don't know. I think it's a really fascinating medium, but I think
you start though, like if you started a channel then.
Well, I want to. I've got some ideas of what to do. Just like, but that's tricky as well because I've got some ideas. Like, I want to put out some content, me playing the trumpet, but I want it to be kind of funny or cool or interesting, and not totally lame. Because there are trumpet channels out there, but they're not very well made or edited or filmed or anything, and a lot of it's really boring. Mm-hmm. And when you look at something like the photography side of YouTube, which is like the slickest thing ever, it looks amazing. And like you could just make a living on YouTube just reviewing cameras or just saying, oh, this is the new lens cap. Like, it's really good. Or you could just have a channel where you just talk about how to have a good YouTube channel. I don't know, there's got to be a way of doing it where you're putting out music or just talking about music.
I think the thing is about getting the audience in, isn't it? It's about musicians being turned on to using YouTube as a medium, because at the moment I think, there is an audience for techie people because they do automatically go to the internet to look for things.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the moment it's finding trumpeters who are going to log on to YouTube and think, this is where I'm going to find my stuff.
Yeah, but it's also, when you find yourself in a rabbit hole and you find yourself just watching an old man paint a fence, and it's just really entertaining. And that's what he does on his channel. And he's got 1 million subscribers. Yeah, he's doing something there that's just entertaining. You can't look away. And that's something that's
a trumpet alternative of that.
Yeah.
Long nose.
Yeah, classic.
What I gather from watching lots of it is like just being yourself, and very much like if you're on trial somewhere. Try and be yourself.
That's exactly what I did.
Don't hide in the toilet. Although actually, I think that'd be a really funny video.
That would be great. Yeah. I think you could do a channel of that. You talk about your musical director there. Who now? Please, will you say her name for us? We both tried beforehand. Go on.
Do I have to? I really should be able to say it. Okay.
We can cut it in. Don't worry.
Okay. In fact, on the tour, we made a whole video of the orchestra trying to say her name because we did a concert in Dortmund. And at the end of the concert, it was a really epic, long concert. Felt like it was about 1:45. And we were all just getting up, ready to leave the stage. And a screen came down from behind. And we were like, oh, okay, what's going on? And this like big projector starts up. And they'd made this whole film about our music director and all the staff in the whole building, because they absolutely love her in Dortmund. And they were like doing their jobs, like cleaning the forks. They go, mega grazie tila. And then this guy comes in with a vacuum cleaner who's like, mega grazie tila. And then it was just the most bizarre thing. It went on for about 7 minutes and the whole orchestra just sat there going, what is going on? And that finished. So we did an orchestra version of that. So I've now said it. Did you get that?
Go on, say it again.
Yeah. Go on
then, Seb.
Mega grazie tila.
That's not bad.
I went off at the end there. So.
Yeah, the last word was a bit...
Tila. Mega grazie. Oh, I wrote it down. That's what I'm trying to read. I can't read my writing. Mega grazie tila.
No.
Melody.
But she's amazing, isn't she? How are you finding it, working under her?
Yeah, I mean, she's completely different to anyone I think I've ever met. And she's totally full of energy and crazy ideas. And yeah, the audience loves her. And it's just been a really interesting few years. It's funny because obviously you have different music directors at different times and they all bring different things. And she's just extended her contract for another year, which is great. And then after that, she's going to become our principal guest along with Kazuki Yamada, who is an absolute beauty of a conductor as well. So that's great. So hopefully that'll be a really nice relationship for the orchestra for the future.
Was it a complete change of direction then when she came in?
Oh, massive. I mean, because it was Andreas Nelson's there before, who's now in Boston. And I mean, completely different. You couldn't, you know, he was absolutely bonkers, incredibly amazing way, incredible sort of generous musician. But they're all bonkers in their own way, aren't they? You know, I think that's what makes them so brilliant, I suppose.
Yeah. Did the programming change a lot?
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah, Andres was very. To be fair, Andres and me had a big, you know, similar. He loved all the like Strauss, Richard Strauss, not Johann Strauss. He can do one. And you know, Bruckner, Mahler, Tchaik. We did all the big stuff. Just like and I really miss doing that kind of stuff. Mega's very much, you know, in really interesting programs as well, but just completely different, you know. But we've done some really cool, if I can remember what it was called, Weinberg. Do you know Weinberg?
No.
We did, I can't remember which symphony because I can't remember anything about numbers, as I said before. In the prom, we did it. And I was being pretty judgmental and I saw the prom program and I was like, what is this? You know, Dorothy something and and then this Weinberg, well, that's going to be a good prom, isn't it? And it was just absolutely brilliant. I'll try and remember what it was, but it was such a cool piece. So, and we did this other Weinberg piece on tour and it was just like, it was just epic.
Where's Weinberg from? Is it German or?
Wine Mountain.
Do some research. What was that, Seb? Sorry.
Yeah.
Wine Mountain?
Winelands, from the Winelands.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely should know. And I've probably been told.
Shall I look it up?
Yeah, look it up.
On.
All right, hang on.
Go on.
Then we can start again. I'll be like, oh yes, he's Austrian.
Weinberg.
We'll feed you the lines.
Weinberg Waste Disposal.
Is that the same guy?
Composer.
Got to make a living where you can these days, to be honest, don't you?
Okay. Now, his first name is I can't even say it. I think he's Russian.
Okay, throw us some letters and see what we can do with them.
Okay, M-I-E-C-K-I-E. C, Z, Y,
Mike,
S, L with a line through it, A, W. Schlav. Is a Schlav, isn't it? Schlav. Mishlav. Also known as Moisey or Moisha.
Hey, Moisey, how's it going?
Or Moisha. He's a Russian... Polish-born Soviet composer.
Okay.
So I said Russian, but actually not Polish.
I meant Polish by Austrian, so close.
We're all on top of this. This is great.
I'm all over this composer that I love.
I couldn't even read the letter C. I even said that wrong. So August 2019. Oh, it's Feinberg's Third Symphony.
Oh, it's so close to 7.
Let's see what the review says.
This is the worst piece ever written.
Right, 3 stars.
Oh, what?
That's the worst. Goodness. That's the worst review you can get, isn't it? 3 stars.
That is an absolute outrage.
Yeah, that's so beige, isn't it? The 3-star
so
review.
Beige.
Who's given them that? Who's this from?
That is Mark Pullinger from Bark Track.
Bark Track.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. Basically, what does he say? It says it's not as good as Shostakovich. And
this is correct, Mark.
But it says Grazinite Tyler's conducting opens your ears. She is an artist with something really profound to say. And I won't carry on because that bit's negative.
Oh, don't.
Someone we've already mentioned. I'm not going to talk about that because that's... I want to keep the vibe happy.
Oh my God, does it say that Amy Thomas was really bad?
Yeah.
Viola player wrecked it from there.
I don't know why he singled you out, to be honest.
Do you know, people say you can't hear viola players, but you really can sometimes.
Oh, yeah. It's like they're the tenor horn of the orchestra, probably, aren't they? It's the middle of the band.
Yeah. Alan wants to buy me a tenor horn.
Ah. Yeah.
And are you keen?
Well, do you know what it was? Because in the middle of lockdown, when we did our brassed off video...
Yeah.
And I played, well, obviously I didn't actually play the flugel. Trumpet is really hard. I'm just going to say fair play to you guys playing the trumpet.
I mean, especially the stuff that Alan plays, because he's quite good at the trumpet and plays very difficult things very well.
He does play very difficult things.
Yeah.
But I'm not even talking like that. I'm talking like getting a note out.
No.
Because I did decide one day that I was going to teach myself the trumpet. This was before I had children. I thought, like, what can I do? And I found Alan's Tune a Day book. So I was like, right, let's give it a go. And I could get like 3 notes. And Superman, I was like, I want to learn Superman. So I was like, da, 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 da. And then the next note is too high for me. He's like, yeah, I think you're more of like a tenor horn player. I'm like, I feel like that's not a compliment. I don't know.
I used to learn baritone horn because massive mouthpiece.
Yeah. Oh yeah, give me a tuba. Like,
seriously,
great.
Much easier. Yeah.
They're pretty similar instruments. I think it's mainly I know the tenor horns are going to be going, no, they're not. But, and the baritones, it's very much like West Side Story between those 2 guys, I think.
Yeah.
And then you've got the euphonium players. Whew, something else.
Well, yeah, that's just different kettle of fish, isn't it?
They look the same to me. They're all pretty similar.
Yeah.
Mini tubas.
Yeah.
Those videos you made, they were very good. How many weeks did you do those for?
Oh, I think we made 15 or 16 videos.
Wow. Every Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible.
They're so good.
So much work went into them, right?
Yes. And it was all me.
Was it?
Yeah, it actually was. I do joke about that, but yes, it was all me. Yeah, it was pretty intense because it only started from, well, again, we were just like, what can we do to do something? It's that... I mean, we all, like, everyone's sick of hearing about lockdown or whatever, but, at that beginning of the thing where you think you have your novelty couple of weeks, so, I've heard you guys talk about this a bit, and like, yes, it's great, and then then you get to that bit where you're like, right, yeah, okay, good, right, ready, want to do something now, and CBSO have a very good core dressing up crew.
That's it. Okay, we wondered about that.
I mean, it's every single Friday night concert. It's evolved over the years. It started off like, I'm always sort of pushing things a little bit. That we'd start off by just secretly getting putting a fancy dress on in the toilet and then running on stage before anyone can stop you. And in fact, I did that in a CBSO Christmas concert because Simon Housey, who's the chorus director, sorry, Simon, if I've got that name wrong, but he's, king of chorus. And in the olden days, it was put your Christmas hat on for sleigh ride after the interval, take it off again. And one year I was like, oh, come on, let's cheer this up. And he'd said in rehearsal, and you must not wear your hats, must take them off after the first thing. So in the interval, I went into the toilet and put a reindeer, like a full mascot reindeer costume on. And someone got wind of it and the management came in and they were like, you can't do this. You cannot do this. And I was like, too late. And I was just about to go out and I saw it. So I ran back into the toilet. And when I had the thumbs up that he'd gotten, I literally ran on stage with my viola, dressed as this reindeer. And I sat there like this. And apparently he was just like, ugh. But he loves it. And now we're pretty much full fancy dress for the second half of our Christmas concerts. So that happens. It's so much fun. And the percussion section are brilliant. They've been life-size presents and I don't know what a life-size present is, giant presents and whatever. And so every time we get an ABBA night or a Queen night or Star Wars or whatever, it's pretty full-on fancy dress at the CBSO. So that's a very long way round and saying that's why we basically started, because we had an Elton John concert. Love a bit of Elton John.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What a guy.
Oh,
so yeah, so we were like, right, what should we do? Don't Go Break My Heart. That's a classic duet, isn't it? So did a bit of quick little transcription, yes, for trumpet and viola, transcription, and rummaged around in our extensive fancy dress box. And actually, Alan ended up wearing the costume that I wore for our ABBA concert. So that was, quite handy. Found some pineapple glasses, and that was it. And we just did our first video.
And we're talking, green screens?
Yeah.
Or did that come later?
That came later. So that one was literally, we were like, oh, I'm sure we've got a disco light somewhere. So we were rummaging around in the room I'm in now, which is just full of, in fact, you can see behind me, full of trumpet mutes.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
I mean, honestly, that is a heck of a lot of trumpet mutes there.
Yeah, and I think there's some more up there as well. And you can see there's some P trumpets. It's
like the British Library of trumpet paraphernalia.
Yeah. I don't know what that thing is sticking. Can you see that rusty thing sticking out of a bag?
There's always one of them. Yeah. No one knows what they are. You just acquire them over the years.
We just leave the rusty trumpet alone. So we were rummaging in those shelves being like, we've got a disco light. And then we found the blank wall in our kitchen, put that on, played along. And then everyone was like, oh, thanks, that really cheered us up. And we were like, well, that was fun, so let's do another one. So the next week we did Aladdin. Oh. Looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, God, so amateurish. Because what I really wanted already by that point was a green screen. But we didn't have one. And I was trying to maybe a pink sheet will work. So I was trying to pin this pink sheet up on the wall. And then I was like, if I just press green screen, will it just work? And no, that didn't work. So we ended up just sitting on a table on a rug.
So there's always a way. If you haven't got the right stuff, you can still tell a story.
So we had So I was like, we need to make the rug look more like a flying carpet. Can you go get some beans out the cupboard? So I think these cans of baked beans to try and make it look like the carpet was flying. We sat there and I was trying to sit like this with I couldn't get my blimmin' Princess Jasmine costume. I kept getting my wig stuck under my armpit and it kept falling off. And I was like, oh. So,
it's like Acorn Antiques. I love it.
It's just the epitome of professionalism.
I remember seeing some, maybe even further on in the series, that was so well edited and produced. Did you feel like your skills just getting better and better each week?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, really. I mean, I'm quite a perfectionist, but also sometimes I just can't be bothered. So I'm a bit of a weird person like that. But yeah, I got quite obsessed with wanting it to be right. But it was a pretty bonkers time, actually, because I ended up doing... But as I said, everything. Sorry, Alan. Sorry, darling. So I was literally at the beginning of the week would be like, right, what are we going to do this week? Okay, quick, think of something. Great, let's do this. That's a good idea. And then I would transcribe it all. So that Star Trek and everything. And I'm not I don't do arranging. I don't do anything. So this was all completely new. I had I've got a iPad from the 1980s. I know they didn't exist, but it is. It's so bad. And I've got that Notion program, so I've got no decent software. And I was like, how does this work? Like, trying to get a crotchet on there. And like, I was like, how do I turn a natural into a sharp? And so it was taking me like ages to do all that stuff as well. And then trying to sort of get this, like, I was like, and like, bashing it in, like completely unprofessional. So the week was starting off like that. Because also we've got my two stepsons as well. We were trying to record it when they weren't here. So they were here half the week. And by the time we got Zach in bed, which Zach is 4 now, so he was, 3. God, good maths. By the time he was in bed, sometimes it was like, by the time we'd set up and, we didn't have any kind of professional setup either. So we like literally got these, like having our Alexas dotted around the room. So we had like an Alexa near us as like a monitor, and then an Alexa near the microphone, and then another Alexa, because then by the time both of us were playing, we couldn't hear. So by the time we got everything set up and the iPad had to be on like the certain stool to get us both in. And so by the time we did that, it was got to about 9:00, and we were pumping like this music out of full volume, and our poor neighbours like listening to like Star Trek or Fame on repeat as one of us, cocked it up and did, I've got to do it again now. So yeah, poor Keith and Di, they're very patient. I took them some gin as an apology.
Did you remain calm with each other throughout?
I would say on a whole, we definitely both had a little paddy at some point. I remember there was a conversation, it's like, well, this is meant to be fun. If it's not going to be fun, we're not going to do it anymore. Like, classic. Okay, fine. Well, yeah, so there were definitely a few little Divas drops.
Yeah, I remember that so clearly from when we did some concerts in lockdown 1, that we literally just before we went on Instagram Live or whatever, we saying, I literally hate you now. I hate you. And then Tony going, hi. Yeah. It was painful.
It really is. That's the thing. And then you're like trying to like turn on a sort of like persona, and you're like, shut up. We'd basically do it. And then if we didn't finish by 11, we then had to do it again the next day, and then that would leave Thursday for me to edit and Friday. But at the same time, I'd co-set up our local mutual aid group for the village. So I had the community phone at the same time I used to generally had it on a Friday. So I was sitting there answering calls from people needing shopping or whatever, trying to edit this video. Alan was trying to look after Zach and the boys, he can look after children. And he was there and he was like, do you think you're going to be finished soon? It's getting to that time. And I was like, that's really not helpful. Yes, I'll be finished when I can. And, sitting there over dinner, like trying to be like, couldn't just let it go. So obviously I was having to like rewatch every single little link and make sure it was all lined up. And, really nobody cares. I'm sure it would have been fine. And then it would go out on a Friday, and then I'll just be like, crash. Yeah. And then be like, I look really stupid in that outfit.
No, they're brilliant. I love it. And you've actually, those outfits are getting another airing at the moment, aren't they? I've seen you out running dressed as a banana.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what is all this, Amy? Oh, wow. I can hear the door opening. Sorry, one second. I've got a child approaching.
Get him on the screen.
Theo, are you going to come say hello?
Get him on the mic.
He's just gone up above. Did you see the roof just move? Yeah, he's going to bed.
First, he's under her son's bed.
He's coming out. Come and say hello, Theo.
He's like, Mum, please, can I go to bed?
Come and say hi. Yeah, I am. Come and say hi. Here he is. Hi.
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 There's Amy. There's Seb.
Is your mum invading your room?
And Henry. They've gone out.
He desperately wants to go to bed. He looks so tired.
He's like, please let me go to sleep.
Okay,
Mum,
he's plotted up. He is going to bed. I promise he is going to bed. He's moved out of here for now.
He's like downstairs on a cold stone floor.
He is.
He's got a blanket. He'll be fine.
Cat.
Yeah. Cats are warm.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Amy. So yeah, I want to know about why you're running in a banana costume, please.
Yes. Well, any excuse for fancy dress. And at the moment, we're trying to raise money for help musicians because they are doing amazing things, and just want to, show as much support as we can for all the musicians affected, the excluded musicians and everybody. Everyone's going through such a rubbish time. So we thought we did it last year. We did a running challenge and we ran 1,250 miles in January. So
a couple of you, was it?
Just me, yeah. I'm a demon. Eddie is I'd eat my dust. Yeah, so this is where I have to admit I'm actually really quite a bad runner, but I'm still doing it. And I had a bit of a slump last year, actually. So last year we ran that much and I got really quite competitive last year because it was like who can run the most. And I knew it wasn't going to be me because I'm not good. So there was a few of the guys like Alan, obviously he runs a lot. John Holland, another trumpet player, he is bonkers at running. And there are quite a few up there. Dave Vines runs quite a lot. He's doing a lot at the moment. So last year it was more of a sort of competition between ourselves. And I knew I was not going to come very high, but I still managed 100k last January.
That is great.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so then over lockdown, totally lost my mojo and just sat and ate and got fat and, So this year, I'm not quite as good. So I did this time last year, I did my first 10k, having never run even 5k a couple of months before. So
well
I was really pleased with myself. Yeah, but now it's so depressing. I'm like, week 4 of couch to 5k is so difficult. Like you lose it so quickly, don't you?
Totally. I keep thinking that at the moment. Every time I'm out, I think, why am I so slow? I keep looking at historical pictures of myself running really quickly and feeling really pleased with myself. And now,
I hate that smug past person of myself. I'm like, look at you and your 10k. Weren't you clever? Whatever.
Exactly.
The moment is such a low winter sun. So yesterday I went for a run and saw my reflection really long on the ground and it just looked like it wasn't going anywhere. It was just like just going up and down, but not really going forwards. It's like, I should just walk. It'd be quicker, actually. It's so depressing.
I do feel like that sometimes. The walking is genuinely quicker and easier. Maybe I'll just do that tomorrow.
Just do that.
Yeah. What are you due to be running tomorrow? How far?
Well, I was due to be running today, but that didn't happen. I was meant to be running yesterday, actually, but that didn't happen. But snow, ice. And I do have some ice things for my trainers, but I took them on a run last time and they hurt my feet. So I thought, no, I tried. And they're a bit unbalanced because they've only got the spikes at the front. So I was like running a bit like a camel and I was like, no, this isn't going to work for me. So tomorrow, I'm going to have to do, ideally, 50k or something tomorrow, but it'll probably be about 3.5. So this year it's a team effort and just to try and raise as much awareness as possible, really, for help musicians. And then on the 6th of Feb, there's the Dress Up to Stay In. Have you heard about this?
No.
I just read about it earlier.
Yeah.
What is this?
So also for help musicians, Amelia Colmay-Jones who is Musicians for Musicians. She's like fab on Twitter and she's raised thousands and thousands of pounds for help musicians. She's amazing. And she's teamed up with the Aldworth Phil. I think that's how you say it. And they're putting in an online event, free tickets, people are voting on music. It's basically like an event, like go and see a concert. People are voting on the concert music, and then some guests are coming in to chat. And the basic premise is put your ball gown on and don't go anywhere to raise money. So we'll be doing that on the 6th of Feb as well.
That's great.
Which is a lot easier than running.
So you'll be playing for that one?
No, I don't know if I can play anymore. I'll be dropping in for a chat, but no, I don't think anyone wants to hear my viola at the moment.
Well, as you saw earlier, I'm not even quite convinced that I know which hand holds which part of the instrument, so don't worry.
Viola at the best of time is dubious, but we'll be having a chat. I might, have some cheese, sit in my ball gown, a few sequins, bit of lipstick, raise some money.
Yeah.
CBSO doing anything at the moment? Any plans or?
Well, at the moment, it's all very dunno-ish, really. I mean, I guess it depends what happens, but I can't see much anything. We're not meeting up in person, but we have got some plans, social media plans, things coming up. We've got some great stuff coming up for children because we've all felt that thought the kids are really, missing out on some fun things. So I think is it this next week? There's going to be some stuff for little ones and then some stuff for slightly older ones coming out. And then, we're just trying to sort of celebrate things at the moment. So we'll be doing something around Pancake Day. There's also lots of little events. Yeah. So, yes.
I think it's my favourite public holiday. Is it a public holiday?
Should be if it isn't.
It should be. I love it.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah. I just like lemon and sugar. That's my...
You cannot beat lemon and sugar.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really annoying about pancakes is that when there's more than one of you, you have to wait all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you put the pancakes in the oven and then they're just not the same.
No.
And if you've got kids, you make them and then they eat them as fast as you make them and then the batter's gone. You're like, great, well, thanks, that was fun.
Yeah. So the rule is eat them alone.
Yeah, secret little.
The last few years, it's just been me cooking them on my own, on the hob, put it on a plate, eat it. While that's going, have another one going on the hob. And just get through the whole batter, which I've already doubled the recipe from like Delia or something.
How many lemons have you got? You must have a lot of lemons.
You need a whole pack of lemons, yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't scrimp on the lemon.
No.
Annual crop of lemons.
It all goes in Shrove Tuesday.
Hey, so Amy, you've been up in Birmingham for 11 years now then, maybe, is it?
Yeah, 12 years in March.
12 years in March.
Yeah.
Does it feel like home?
Yeah,
That's great.
Definitely. I was just thinking, I don't actually live in Birmingham. I live in Warwickshire.
Oh, do you?
Yes, which is completely
gorgeous.
Different.
Yeah.
So I live near, I say Stratford, but it's 20 minutes from Stratford, near Redditch, but we don't really talk about Redditch. So, yeah. But, it's definitely home. I mean, I think I felt pretty much at home as soon as I moved up. It's like the glory days, moved into my own flat, bachelorette pads. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And was that in Birmingham Central? I love Birmingham, by the way.
Yes.
I think it's a brilliant place.
Have you seen it recently? It's completely different. It's been completely dug up.
Has it really?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Tram. And they've knocked down where the old library was in Birmingham, like horrible 60s concrete, disgusting building. That's all gone, flattened, and that all the beautiful bit by the town hall, that's all been opened up. All the buildings are being cleaned, so it's going to be beautiful.
Because all around New Street Station is brand spanking new, isn't it? Which is very impressive. And
New Street's very cool now, apart from the bits where the trains go, because that's still disgusting.
When I've had to walk from the station to Symphony Hall, you always sort of have to go round some horrible roads, like some underpasses or overpasses, or just try and run across
scary.
Is that better now? If they
you just go up through.
I've probably just been going the wrong way, to be honest.
Like,
last time I went there, I'd nearly got mugged. But,
did you? Oh, God.
Well, I got that thing where someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, mate," and I was like, "Oh, God." It's the
wrong person.
Yeah, no. Go away. I managed not to get mugged. So
well done.
Still never been mugged. I don't like to touch wood just for a laugh.
No, I feel like that's a scary thing to say. Exactly.
No, never been mugged.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
That is not an invitation to anyone
Guy
listening
runs
who
into
fancies
room.
having a go.
Lift Seb up. Gone. Guys.
Well,
that's impressive. I have been mugged in Birmingham.
Have you?
No.
Yeah. I gave a good fight though, but he left me with the handles of my handbag.
Oh no.
I was like,
Whereabouts was that then?
Really near to where my old flat was.
Oh no, even worse.
And the next day, because I made a proper scene about it, I was like, I really don't want to be mugged. I'd get off like proper screaming, so much that I lost my voice. And the next day, Dave Vines, who is our bass trombonist, he said he had actually heard me from his flat. He was like, oh, someone's having a stinker out there. I was like, yeah, that was me. I know. Yes. Grim story, right?
Oh,
no, but well done though, because that probably scared me.
Have you ever been mugged?
Like not touching wood? No.
Oh, right. Someone's going to come in for you now.
I know, exactly. One of my children,
I was going to say, he's going to run back in.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Amy, we've got something for you. We've got a quick fire question round. Seeing as this is what you've inflicted on people coming into your orchestra, we thought we'd do the same to you. Okay, so we're gonna, if this works, this is obviously going to be deeply slick as we are on Zoom, so it's going to have the time delay. It's going to make this really slick.
Do you have to time it? Is it 60 seconds?
Oh, God, I haven't even got any kind of timing facility. I don't know.
That's not very professional.
I don't think... Have we got enough questions?
There's 11 questions, and that's how long it's going to take.
So we can do one each, is it?
We are going to do one each. And Seb, you're going to kick it off, aren't you? And no ums or ers.
No, okay. No. Okay, yeah.
I'll do my best.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay, here we go. London or Birmingham?
Birmingham.
Brahms 2 or Shostakovich 5?
Brahms 2.
Cello or trumpet?
Trumpet.
Oh,
yeah.
Normal people and a red burgundy or Bridgerton and a slippery nipple?
Normal people.
Chris Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth.
Barbican Centre or Festival Hall?
Barbican Centre.
5K or 10K?
5K.
Colleen Rooney or Rebecca Vardy?
Colleen Rooney.
Brick Lane or Balti Triangle?
Balti Triangle.
Hey. Alan Thomas or Sir Thomas Allen?
Alan Thomas.
Aston Villa or Aston Martin?
Aston Martin.
Hey, you did
very
well.
Fantastic.
No hesitation.
Well done, me.
Yeah.
See, you can not sing when you put your mind to it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a flaw in your format, but you know, people do say still, don't they? So
I think Elspeth, our horn player, said 16 ums.
Did she?
And at the end, she's like, I didn't even say. I was like, no, yeah, you did. Yeah, quite a lot.
I love it that she wasn't aware.
Yeah, she was like really happy with herself.
This week, I got this like program you can get, which it transcribes everything you've said in the podcast immediately, and then you can press one button that selects all the ums and ahs and just deletes them. And It's incredible. You can also add in other words that no one even said. You can just type words in and it does some algorithm thing and just creates the voice.
No
it is
way.
Very unethical. But
so Amy, just you wait. So you're not going to believe what you said in this interview.
Can I give you like a challenge to put a weird word in somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a word in particular you'd like?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of any.
I don't think I paid for that feature, but I will see what I
think you should. The problem is I actually can't think of any words. Yeah. Moist.
Oh.
Well, you just said it, so I could just...
Well, let's see where you can put it that's deeply inappropriate. The problem is, it could go in somewhere quite nasty, couldn't it?
Okay, no, let's go for this one. Ta-e-n-sa-e-la.
You've spelled that like the child way of spelling, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Can't do that one. Tinsel.
Tinsel.
Tonsils.
Tinsel.
Tinsel.
Do you know once I looked at a crossword, right? And I all but completed it. I was really pleased with myself. And then somebody filled in the last word. And I went, oh, what? That is not even a word. Chicago. And they're like, Chicago. Try again. Oh, Chicago, right. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Amy.
That was so much fun, wasn't it? She's such a great talker.
I hadn't met her before.
Oh, right.
No.
But do you know Alan, her husband?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
But I've not really met him much. I've met him like very quickly in passing outside like a pub, and I don't think he'd remember meeting me. But you know, I think we've had the odd communication over the internet over the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's very, very good at putting stuff up, and I'm always quite inspired by he's always practicing putting amazing videos up.
Really? Oh, I might look them as well.
And I think, oh God, I should do some practice.
Yeah. Oh dear.
If you need some inspiration to go and do some practice, check him out on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, check out the links to their videos because they are brilliant. There really is so much production value in them, isn't there?
The Thunderbirds one was really good, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Marionette.
I don't know. I remember the one that really sticks in my mind is the wrong? Wimbledon one. No, I'm sure you're right. I like the Wimbledon one. I thought it was very good. Yeah. The
Super Mario. Am I making it up?
No, Super Mario. Yes. No,
I've not seen it since it first came out, that one. So I can't remember if it was that was a dream. Should have been a dream.
No, I think you're right. That's good. The other thing we didn't mention before we started was about the running that they're doing at the moment for help musicians that the CBSO are doing. But we'll stick a link for the Just Giving page, shall we, in our show notes?
Yeah, they've made quite a lot of money already. I was just having a look at their total. Get them more money.
Yeah.
They're currently on £1,700.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If I thought I was raising money for something worthwhile when I was running, I might run a bit more at the moment. That would be a good thing.
It's funny, like I was really enjoying running earlier in the week, and then I left my earphones at the house.
Oh, no.
That I'm staying at. So I don't really want to run without headphones.
It's
It's not quite as good. It's like, I know, I've got to listen to my own thoughts, but...
And also the breathing makes me stressed, hearing my own breathing. It's like Darth Vader.
It's like, it's actually not as bad as it when you get back and you go, oh, I've had a bit of time to think about things. But that's not really what I do the running for. I like the running to music and whatever. I've
been listening to Parenting Lockdown Hell when I've been running. That's been so good. I enjoy that.
I've not listened to that yet.
It's good.
I've heard it's great.
Good.
That is Josh Widdicombe.
That's right, and Rob Beckett.
Rob Beckett, yeah.
And they get a different comedian every week to come and chat to them about parenting through lockdown, and it's hilarious. They had Daisy May Cooper on. She was fantastic.
Oh, she's so good. I've been watching all her Instagram videos this week.
She's brilliant, isn't she?
Do you follow her on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think she's the best person on Instagram.
Yeah. She's so good.
Check her out if you haven't seen her. Oh my God, so good. She does these characters, like she does Boris Johnson.
Yeah. All
right, Bojo, how's it going? And I won't do the whole thing. But it's
check
great.
that one out, yeah.
What else do we talk about? What have we got? What did we do? What have you done this week?
What do we do? I tell you what I've done today. I went and got passport photos, which seems like a daft thing to do, really, doesn't it? It's not like we're going anywhere quickly.
Where are you going?
Yeah, exactly. I went and got them done, and I look like a massive meathead child catcher. They're terrible, terrible, terrible pictures.
Oh, no.
That's 10 years I've got to look at that face.
Oh, dear.
I know. Why are they always so bad? What's yours like?
Yeah.
Have you got a good one?
Mine has a beard. I had a beard at that point.
Oh, did you?
I was going through a beard growing phase. I thought, well, this is going to last forever, so I'll grow a beard and look really cool.
Yeah.
I don't really have a beard so much these days. So
do they always look strangely at you at
don't
customs
use my passport
then?
either.
Well, true.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah.
Just go in that special room.
But I think by telling you that just sums up the excitement levels in my house this week, doesn't it? Like if that's the main thing that I could pick out that I've done.
I'll tell you what, I returned something back to ASOS earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
There we go.
Pretty cool. I returned a thermal cup.
Oh.
I bought one for Charlotte, a mug. What do you call it? A travel mug.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And
romantic gift.
Yeah, that's right. It was the main present for Christmas. The lid fell off, so I returned it. And that is my anecdote.
Did you? Oh, my God. There's so many more like that. I've got so many between us. Yeah, great. Oh.
No, actually, I do have a good one. Because yesterday I hired a skip in my new house. Have you ever done that?
Yes. Oh, God, I don't know if I have. No, that's really exciting.
It's really cool.
So what did you fill the skip?
Yeah, filled it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And we had our builder was with us, and he's got all these tips for like how to fill a skip in the best, most efficient way, and also slightly cheeky way.
Yeah.
Fill it a bit more than they say.
Oh.
He taught me all about, these are trade secrets here, he's telling me. Greedy boards.
Greedy boards?
Greedy boards. So say you've got like a door or some sort of cabinet door that's really big.
Yeah.
That's what we had a lot of. You put them on the ends.
Yeah.
On the sides. So what that does, and it's sort of sticking out like another sort of 12 inches.
Oh, I see.
That just gives you a bit more. Oh. And then you put more stuff in the middle.
Yes.
But it doesn't look too bad that they're like, oh, it's too much, mate. Can't
That's
say
a joke, yeah.
It's enough. It's like, oh, all right, fine.
Oh, the greedy board. That's greedy clever.
Yeah. And then you put all your bags, soft bags of rubble and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had lots of sawdust from all the sanding.
Yeah.
You put that squashes down. Then you put more stuff on top of that.
Yeah.
And there you go. Filled up a skip.
I mean, that must have been satisfying, wasn't it?
Yeah, so satisfying.
And is the house clear? Is the house completely clear now of like
pretty much,
rubble?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All the rubble's gone.
Amazing.
And I think the skip's even gone now. And tomorrow, we are putting in a kitchen.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, it's so exciting.
No, it is. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, so does that mean that you'll be on the move very soon? Could you be in there?
Yeah, I think so. We just need a carpet. It's really hard to get a carpet at the moment because you can't go to any shops.
No. You just have to guess. Guesswork.
You just got to guess. I think blue? Blue good?
I like blue. That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. So that's, but we basically can move in, which would be really nice.
Oh, well done. Hooray.
Nice to have a home, isn't it?
It really is.
Home.
It really is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, look.
Yeah.
Because we've got so many exciting stories to say.
Yeah.
We shouldn't waste them all now. We can save some of these.
We'll save some more.
For next time. Maybe we'll let our listeners go, shall we?
Okay, I suppose so. We'll just leave some long gaps of silence now.
Okay.
Will
you edit them out in your fancy new editings?
Did you like it, this week? You haven't heard it yet?
No.
But
I think I will. I've heard that it's going to be really sleek.
I edited out all the ums and ers. Even when she said, like, we actually literally talked about ums and ers.
Yeah. And you took them out.
Even got rid of that. So it didn't make any sense. So I had to put them back in.
Oh, great. No, I'm looking forward to listening back over this. It's very confusing and meta, isn't it? This whole
it's going to be too slick.
Is it?
Tell us, listener, did you like it? Was it too good?
Yeah.
Do you like it when it's less good?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, please
Give us feedback.
Actually, we
don't get feedback.
No, and we have never asked them to. Do you know what?
No.
Why don't you drop us an email? I blooming love an email this week.
I'd love an email.
Go on, someone.
Right. Okay. What's the subject going to be in the email?
Okay.
Tinsel.
Yeah. Yeah. Tinsel.
Okay. So the subject heading is tinsel, and you can do it anonymously. Well, it's quite hard to send an anonymous email.
Yeah, it is really hard.
Set up a new email address. No,
we want to know who you are. Just tell us who you are.
No. But like, honestly, any feedback, because we would like to make this show as good as it can be.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, we want it to be good.
Yeah, you might not realise that sometimes.
Like, if there's a thing that you hear us do every week and you're like, why do they keep doing that every week? They keep saying this stupid thing. We might not be aware of it.
No, that's true.
Or maybe there is something that you do like and you just want to tell us, and we would like that too.
We would love that. That would be great. And then if you don't get time to email us, then why don't you just go and tell one other person about this podcast and make them listen to it this week?
Yeah.
And then also maybe even join up to Patreon. Go on.
Yeah. Go on.
Go on.
Join the Patreon. There's a link down below. You get bonus episodes and a sense of knowing that you are helping us make the show.
Yeah.
Because we do put a lot of time and effort into it. And,
we do. I'm really sorry. Can you hear the noises
Verity,
behind me?
What is going on back
There's basically a massive breakdown going on in the house.
Does he want to get into bed?
Maybe that's what
still...
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. No, I don't think it is. I think it's the other
Verity's
child.
new favourite podcast recording area is underneath her son's bed.
Or the bunker, as I like to call it from now on. Yeah, but that's true. I should vacate the bunker now and let him back in. So
okay, well, it's a good time to go. So thanks for listening, everyone. See you next week on 3 in a Bar. Bye.
Bye.